change it
I'm a
up.
Fulham fan. I like to see the smaller teams do well. But yeah, I mean, I think you can't write them off. But there's a big gap starting to open up now, especially the top two. 10 points at this stage of the season is massive.
Yeah.
And I mean, I watched Napoli the other week against Torino, I think it was, and it was fantastic. I mean, they could have scored 5 or 6. I think they won in the end 2-1 or something.
Yeah.
But they was brilliant. But I've got to say, the only thing I don't like and why I don't want to see them win the league this year, they had a Halloween kit. A specialised Halloween kit for Halloween. And that's the epitome of bleeding people dry. And for that reason, I hope they don't win the league this year. Sorry.
So we have Craig, we have AC Milan, who are up there on 25 points as well. Obviously, they were competing until the back end of last season and then dropped off. Do you think they've learned their lesson and they will sustain that challenge?
I think so. I think Milan will be up there this year. I think the Europa League will be banging next year with Barcelona, Juve and Chelsea.
Not as good as the Conference League with United.
But no, I think Milan have it. You know, they're building something there. You know, they've done well over the last couple of years. I could see that top 4 being, you know, Napoli, Inter, Milan, and Juve. I think how Jose Mourinho will drop out of that, and then he'll point the finger at everyone else but himself.
Yeah, touching on that, I don't know if you've seen Danish, obviously a Scandinavian team, Bodo Glimt beating Roma 6-1 the other night.
Yeah.
Mourinho came out and said that a bunch of players that are competing for starting 11 in my squad and they don't deserve to play. Were Bodo just exceptionally good? I know they're top of the Norwegian league, changing it up a bit there, or were Roma just shit?
I mean, you're saying top of the Norwegian league.
Don't forget, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer won that league now. All right, that's good enough to get you the Man United job.
I know. That's where they're picking the next one.
What's the Bodo's manager's name?
No.
Learn to pronounce it, Craig. The Danish.
I mean,
what do you think?
As soon as you have Roma losing to a Norwegian side, that isn't Rosenborg, by the way, which is the better side in Norway. Then you're gonna have you gotta have questions after that, and it can't just be a comment that you're next in line players and not competing for the starting 11, because the Norwegian league is a Series B, barely team, or barely league. I mean, it's not the second best league in either one of the big countries, Spain, England, Italy. So it is just a lot lower. So I don't think he can explain that off. I think that's just poor. It's poor class all around.
He's finished. Yeah. Jose Mourinho is finished. And
I don't know about that now.
He does it everywhere. He goes, he disrupts, and when something goes wrong, he points the finger at everybody else. But there's one thing that's consistent. He did it at Chelsea, United, Spurs, and it'll happen at Roma. He is the common denominator, and he never takes responsibility.
As well. He done at Real Madrid. Yeah. He used to be 3 seasons. He seems to be cutting it down now. He wants to pay off quicker.
Yeah, that's what it is.
He's doing it after about 18 months now.
And he'll end up at Newcastle, wait you see.
You know what? Wouldn't surprise me. I love Chelsea. I'd never go anywhere. It goes to United. I'd never go to another team. Goes to Spurs. He'd be in fucking Newcastle upon Tyne by January.
Didn't he already come out and say he had a connection with the fans there because he was with Bobby Robson and he's already laying.
He was Bobby's translator before he was assistant manager. Yeah. So we have that now. I want to touch on something. So obviously we've the whole father-son thing going on a lot of football clubs at the moment. Did anybody see Diego Simeone's son putting 4 past Lazio for Verona the other day?
No.
Yeah, Giovanni Simeone, 4 goals. Verona beat Lazio 4-1.
Wow.
The other day. Yeah.
And I take it he's a striker, is he?
He is, yeah. He's had a bit of a tough time. He came over, started at Fiorentina, Cagliari. Now he's on loan at Verona. 4 goals.
Jeez, fair play.
So I'm the only one that's saying that.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, Dane.
It's a good spot.
Yeah. Something else.
You're a football connoisseur, Shane.
Yeah, well, look, you know when you're putting on accumulators every weekend, you need to attention to detail is
lads, accumulators. We were 1 goal away from 363 to 1.
I know. I backed it. $5,000. 1 goal let you down for $5,000.
Well, that's what you get when Howley picks fucking Southampton, isn't it?
Yeah, it was another bizarre one. I was looking at the one before Everton, and I seen that one and was like, surely you can find a better price somewhere else.
You think.
The only saving grace was that it was one on a Saturday, so I didn't have to be shitting myself all Sundays. You know what I mean?
Well, imagine the cash out option.
Yeah, that's true.
Wow.
That's true.
$7,000 for €20.
Be nice, wouldn't it? Could do it that. All the kids for Christmas. Well, lads, that's Serie A. I think we've established I think it's coming back. The football's entertaining. There's no 0-alls, 1-alls. There's goals galore now. Last one I want to touch on, France. You can take the man out of Spurs, but you can't take Spurs out of man. Pochettino with Messi, Mbappe, Neymar, and all the boys. 0-all with Marseille. Yes, they are running away with the league. Yes, they are 7 points clear. But with a squad of that at your disposal like that, surely you should be. They seem to be not turning up in games and scraping wins.
Yeah,
wouldn't you be bored?
Yeah.
I mean, surely, if you're 7 points ahead at this point in the season, you're not that far ahead. The French league is not to piss off any French people. We have.
Danish. Danish, be careful. We are huge in France.
Apologies. It is not a great league. The Portuguese league is more competitive at times than the French league.
Yeah. So, lads, we have. Sorry, go on.
No, sorry, I was just going to say, I mean, I think Pochettino, I don't even think winning the league is good enough this year. He's got to do something in Europe this year. Go close. He's got to get to the semi-finals or the finals of the Champions League. To win that league with Mbappe, Neymar, Messi.
Will he get to the semi-finals of the Champions League?
No.
Right.
I don't think so. And I think that's the minimum requirement if you're going to be the manager at PSG. No one cares about if you win that league. You know what I mean? Yeah. It has to. It's just the Champions League. That's it. And if they don't win it, you've failed.
Obviously, they'll be expected to win it this year after losing out to Lille last year. But that was one of the points I wanted to raise really briefly on this. The last few years, PSG's competitors have been Lille, Lyon, and Monaco. Those 3 teams at the moment sit in 8th, 9th, and 10th in the league. Lens are 2nd, and Nice are 3rd. Is this turn? Has COVID really hit us hard, or has it hit harder than we actually think? Because these clubs were obviously financially struggling and had to sell their better players.
I think it would have happened anyway. I think that league, once you're a decent player in that league, it is a bit of a feeder league into the Premier League and the Spanish League and all.
Yeah.
So, Lens or whatever they're called, Nice as well, Marseille, they may do well this year, but then next year they'll probably be mid-table when they lose their best players.
Yeah, and that's I have written down here as well. Saint Etienne, who've lost a few of their players to these other bigger French teams, and some across Europe. Big name in France, bottom of the table, 5 points. Look like they're going to get relegated. Big team, big history there.
Yeah.
And it did happen with Lens a few years ago. Now they've come back up into the Liga, and they're second. Just working on the French.
Yeah, I thought you were French there for a second.
Sounds like a disappointment.
League.
So, look, are PSG going to run away with the league? Question 1. Question 2, will they reach the semi-finals of the Champions League? And question 3, will Messi come good, ensuring that Pochettino keeps his job? Danish, we go you first.
Yeah, I don't know if he's going to keep his job because I don't think he's going to the semi-final. Yeah, he's going to win the league, but they are going to lose Mbappe next year. Now there's no way about it. You know, he's going to Real Madrid, not because I'm a Real Madrid fan, that's just facts now. So, and who knows what Neymar is going to do because Neymar is a wild card always. You know, he looks
bored. Could retire.
He could retire. He's bored, which the French league does. I think the only one that was having fun was Ibrahimovic. I think he's having fun everywhere. But when he played there, he was just playing around with the other teams. But I think he's not going to win Champions League, and I think he's going to lose his job. And he's going to go to Spain. I think he's bound for one of the bigger Spanish clubs.
Yeah, I agree. Craig?
Well, yeah, I think the same. They might make the semi-final. It's a cup at the end of the day. You know, anyone can go on a good run, but I don't think they'll have enough to win it. And I think that's what he'll be judged on. And I think he will be let go. There's already rumours circulating and all. So I think it's only a matter of time. Probably win the French League, probably win a cup. No one really cares. But the Champions League is what he'll be judged on. And he'll fall short there. So,
Mitch?
Yeah, I mean, not really much more you can say. I think they'll go and win the league. I think they'll win it by 20-odd points by probably March. And no one will really care about it. Pochettino, if he can't win the league there, then he really is Spurs through and through, isn't he?
Yeah.
So I don't think they're going to go. I actually don't think they'll do very well in the Champions League. I don't think the chemistry's right there. I think the only thing I want to see come out of PSG is an all or nothing documentary because it all seems to be kicking off there. You got one fella, Mrs. is leaving him on Instagram. You got apparently Messi wants him out. Neymar's taking pictures with his sister.
Yeah,
what is going on?
The magical world of Mauro Icardi. What a man! What a man!
And it like that. That is TV. I mean, I'm not really into reality stuff, but I would pay to watch that.
I thought I saw you on Love Island.
Right, so lads, look, that leads nicely into the last few discussion points.
We're talking about Love Island.
Yes.
Yeah. So who's entering the villa next? In all seriousness,
Paul
Champions League.
Sucking more toes.
Come back. Champions League, lads. Right. Obviously, we know the sus, but I'll just go through the main groups. We've got Liverpool's group. Liverpool are top, 9 points. Atletico, 4 points. Porto, 4 points. AC Milan, 0 points. That's a strange one. AC Milan on no points. Liverpool, obviously, maximum points first 3 games. They're going through, surely. Who's going through with them?
I'd say
Mitch, you go first there.
I mean, I think Atletico are going to go through. They're going to get a result probably in Porto. Milan will be out by then. Nothing much to play for. I think them two are already through for me.
Yeah. And Craig?
Yeah, I agree. You know, it was a close match. Like, we all know what Liverpool did to United, and Atletico nearly got a result against them. So, I think Atletico could do well in the Champions League. So, yeah, I'd pick them too.
Yeah, and Danish?
Yeah, I think the same. I think they got the experience. I think Griezmann is starting to hit his stride there, and I think they're gonna continue to improve during the season. So they're gonna be. I'm gonna fear them in La Liga, and I think they're gonna do well in Champions League as well.
Yeah. I'd be the same. I could see Liverpool going on winning all 3 remaining games. To be honest with you, let's go. City's group. Obviously, City sits second, 6 points, 1 point behind Paris Saint-Germain. Club Brugge, surprisingly, on 4 points, and Leipzig on 0. Surely it's PSG and City. Lads, any disagreement there?
No.
None at all. I mean, I'd love to see Club Brugge get in there. They're such a producer of talent in Europe as well. Some great technical players, but it'd be a great story. But I can't
listen. They've taken 4 points already. What's to stop them taking points off City or PSG? It would be nice. Could you imagine City or PSG in the Europa League?
Yeah,
the financial powers that be.
Yeah.
Man City have conceded 6 goals in the first 3 games.
Yeah.
So they are open. Like a shock result can happen. I'd be the same. I'd love to see Bruges get through because you wouldn't expect it. But I'd be shocked if it's not the other team.
Okay, so I'm going to touch on Group D. Obviously, Danish. That's you. Real Madrid and
Sheriff
the fairy tale that is Sheriff FC. From what country, I don't know. Do I care? It's fantastic. Both on 6 points. Inter Milan on 4 points. And Shakhtar Donetsk on only 1. Obviously, Real Madrid are going to go through. Can we see Sheriff FC go through to the knockouts of the Champions League? In all honesty, can we actually see it? Danish, you go.
No, I don't think so. They have Real Madrid next. If they lose that and Inter Milan, beat Shakhtar, then it's turned upside down again.
Yeah.
Real Madrid is a weird team because they can play El Clasico really well, and then they need fucking postmen, and then they won't show up. So I'm always worried with those smaller teams, but I don't think so. I think both Real Madrid and Inter takes this really serious. So I think they'll show up for the last matches and win out. Of course, there's the last match, Inter Milan and Real Madrid. That can be an interesting. If it's still open at that point, that can be interesting.
True.
Real Madrid.
Everyone's got it now.
Did I go?
Sorry, Danish. Go on. So you take Real Inter nailed on top 2.
Yeah, I do.
And Craig?
I'd agree, yeah. It's a great story. Obviously, they've started well. It's a tough group, but Inter's not that far behind. I think Real and Inter will take it in the second games.
Yeah, Mitch?
I'm going for the fairy tale. I fancy it.
Fucking fun, man.
They're gonna nick a point off of Madrid next. They'll beat Shakhtar and they'll be through.
Who's going out then?
It will be some story. It will be some story.
Inter will end up in the Europa League. Real Madrid and Sheriff through for me.
Nice.
Shout.
Okay, we'll move on to the United Group F. Obviously, United top of that 6 points. Atalanta, Villarreal both on 4, and Young Boys on 3. Craig, as a United fan, can you honestly see United qualifying?
I do. I do see us. I think we could win that group, but that's a group we should have won anyway. But it shouldn't even be this close. But every team in that group is scoring lots and conceding lots. It shouldn't be this close. Yeah. But I think United and Atalanta will be the 2 to go through.
Okay. Mitch?
I've got to say I agree. I mean, I think United are making hard work of the group, but, you've got Ronaldo. It's good to see Ronaldo, even with all he's achieved. He is so motivated to win in the Champions League and in the Premiership and, sometimes to his own detriment. But I think he'll be firing in the Champions League and on his day could get him through single-handedly. But I think United go through there quite comfortably in the end as well, I think.
With? Villarreal, Atalanta, Young Boys.
I fancy Atalanta. They're free scoring. Villarreal stuttering. Fancy them.
Danish.
I think there's a surprise here. Not saying that United are not going to go through, but I think this is going to be the group that are going to go down to the last day. I think it's going to be interesting. I do think they're going to go through, and I think they're going to win it. I don't think it's going to be completely wiping out the rest of the teams. But yeah, them and Atalanta are playing really well, and I don't think Villarreal have the capabilities this year to move through. So So I think, United and Atlanta, but I think it'll be close.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go same myself. Probably more in hope than anything else. I'm hoping Solskjaer can lose in the league, win in Europe, lose in the league, win in Europe, and then last until the Chelsea game at the end of November.
Sorry, Shane, your internet was cutting out there.
I think that's your selective hearing, mate.
I might have to edit that one out. What?
Chelsea group. Obviously, we sit second on 6 points behind Juve. Bit of a disastrous loss. So in a game we dominated, to be honest with you, just created no chances. Zenit, 3 points. Malmo, no points. Obviously, I see ourselves and Juve going through. I think we'll be level on points. I think we'll get one over them at the bridge. And, both of us will finish level on points. Zenit, Europa. Mitch, what do you think?
Yeah, I think Chelsea, Juventus. I don't know what order, but having a look at some of the other groups, I don't even think it matters this year. There's some big sides going to finish second by the looks of it, and some smaller sides going to finish top. But I really don't think it matters top or bottom. But I think those two will run away a bit. I mean, Zenit and Malmo are both going to get a hiding, I think.
Yeah, Craig?
Yeah, I think, Juve aren't doing that great in Serie A. I expected Chelsea to just run away with this. This group, so I think it was a bad loss to them, even though they're a big team. But yeah, it'd have to be Juve and Chelsea. The others they're not anywhere on the same level. Shane?
Yep. Well, being the last one.
I want to know what you're doing while the cameras
are. Shane, is that the internet in your new house?
It's what?
Is that the internet in your new house?
No, not yet.
As at Stamford Bridge.
Go on. Sorry. I missed the end of that there. Bad internet connection.
Go on, Dana.
No worries. I don't think there's going to be any doubt there. That's not a group with surprises. Like Craig said, they just don't have the quality. Even though I'm sitting in Malmo, I'm going to be shot next. Saying that, but they don't have the quality. I don't believe so. So easy one.
Yeah. So we're all in agreement there. Not much to talk about in the other groups, really. As you said, both of them. You've got Salzburg, Sevilla, Lille, and Wolfsburg, 4 average teams. I think anybody would be happy with any of them really in the next round. And then you've got Ajax, Dortmund, Sporting, and Besiktas. Again, 4 similarly matched teams. Obviously, Ajax standing out some big results, but I think anybody would be happy with any 2 from both of those groups, really, any of the bigger teams. So, I won't go into too much detail. Very quickly, before we wrap up, I'm going to ask you on the spot Champions League winner. Who do we think is going to win it this year? Danish.
Bayern Munich. I think it's going to win it this year.
Craig.
It hurts as a United fan, but Liverpool.
Mitch.
I fancy Liverpool as well.
Yeah, so we got 2 Liverpool and 2 Bayern Munich here. I fancy Munich.
Oh.
We'll note that down and we'll see what's happening when I'm celebrating here in Stamford Bridge again at the end of the year.